the 17 men of the Easthill Mine crew. They were digging for copper for telephone wires when the pit shaft was blocked by a terrible fire. The skip was cut off by the flames and the ash, yet they might have been rescued but for that ship crash. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of the 48 sailors and 17 men of the Easthill Mine crew. The SS Kentucky was badly off course to have arrived in the tailing pond instead of the port. She ran aground in the smoke at the top of the mine, which also obscured the rail passenger line. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of the 494 train passengers, 48 sailors, and 17 men of the Easthill Mine crew. Though your train's engineer may be valiant and skilled, if your train hits a steamship, you're bound to be killed. Yet this terrible wreck would have caused much less fuss if the train had avoided that yellow school bus. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of Miss Mullen's first grade class, the 94 train passengers, 48 sailors, and 17 men of the Easthill Mine crew. Those poor tots and their teacher were on a school visit to the Easthill Mine Safety Museum exhibit. Their passing was tragic but mercifully fast. They probably never saw the puppies caught in the blast. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of the 8 orphan puppies, Miss Mullen's first grade class, 94 train passengers, 48 sailors, and 17 men of the Easthill Mine crew. These dogs had been rescued that day from the pound, and those brave orphan pups to a new life were bound, to a school to be trained as guide dogs for the blind. But the truck's awful luck took them past Easthill Mine, and they avoided the mine shaft and the ship and the train wrecks, and they swerved around the burning school bus, when suddenly a jet containing 50 tiny babies and the only sample of the cure for cancer crashed into them in a fiery explosion whose unlikely seismic repercussions triggered a volcanic eruption. It's true, the lava-covered major urban centers of the eastern seaboard, the 50 tiny babies, the lost cure for cancer, the 8 orphan puppies, Miss Mullen's first grade class, the 94 train passengers, 48 sailors, and 17 men of the Easthill Mine crew.